Happening, everybody? You are back with the Real PG for another NBA player prop video for today, Friday, February the 10th. Before we get into the video, if I could please ask you to smash that like button. If you've not yet gotten subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell for the most up-to-date information on player line movement, player injuries, and anything else in regards to today's slate. Quickly, before we get into the picks, I'd like to explore the 3 links in the description section below. First one is going to be to the free Discord. About 1,500 users talking NBA, NFL, NHL, Prizepicks, Thrive, Underdog, you name it, 24 hours a day. Tons of value to be had here. Come on in and check this out on your own time. If you don't like it, you can leave. No harm, no foul. For the same price you came in at, a free 50. So, check this out. Don't think you guys will be disappointed. Second link is to the Patreon. If you are curious what's going on behind the paywall, you can certainly come in here and check out the testimonial section where you will find tailed wins, what people have to say about myself, about the Patreon and how it's ran, see kind of how we have been doing. Tons of transparency on here, everything from my plays that I've won to my withdrawals, all sorts of stuff showing just the validity to the Patreon. Last and final link is going to be to Thrive Fantasy, my partnering site and favorite site to build bankroll on. Currently, if you sign up, I am running a promotion that wasn't a 30-day promo. We are down to the final 10 days now. But if you do sign up using promo code capital letters PG and make a just $10 deposit and a $1 bet, $1 is the minimum all day, every day over at Thrive. So you need to take care of those 3 requirements. You can deposit as much as you'd like, and there is a 100% bonus up to $100. So meaning if you deposit 10, you'd get 10 for free. Deposit 50, you'd get 50 for free, and so on, all the way up to 100. So after you do sign up with the promo code capital letters PG, that deposit will be doubled immediately. Once you have your money on the site, you need to make a bet of $1 or more just to clear the qualifications for the Patreon. As soon as you've done those things, head over to the Discord and DM me letting me know that you've taken care of them, and I will have you approved and into the Patreon by the following morning. With that being said, guys, let's head into today's picks. I've got 2 over here for you at Thrive that we'll look at. First one going to be Julius Randle over his PRA of 38.5 today against Philly, playing on the road. So if we look into the Vegas line first and foremost for Julius Randle today, let's see where they currently have him. So they got Randle juiced at pretty much even money, a little bit to the over, minus 122 to the over, minus 109 to the under. If we dig into the matchup itself, see where we stand here. Let's take a look and just verify that everything is correct. So we have a power forward versus Philly. Let's see what this spot looks like. Power forwards versus Philly, we'll be looking at just overall, as we are looking at a PRA prop, and it's pretty much middle of the road, giving up 21.26 points per game over the last 7, 11.15 rebounds, and 4.2 assists for a total on average of 37 PRA. Randle has been on an absolute tear lately and far above average. If we dig into the game logs versus Philly, you can see that he's had his shares of ups and downs, but generally has been clearing this prop. If we look at it most recently, he did just see them and came up a touch short with 24 points, 9 boards, and 7 assists, giving him a total of 40 PRA, leaving us short by a couple. Granted, he did shoot only 42% in this game overall and 12% from 3. So I think if we get some better shooting, we go over this line with a breeze. Prior to that, he did clear with 43 between points and rebounds alone. Game prior to that, we are now digging back in the 3rd game of the season. Before, Julius was kind of on that tear. I'm sorry, my math is terrible on this first one. And let me see this again. 33. It was 40 PRA, so he was short. But so in 2 of the 3 last games, he has been either right there or hit. Today, I do with him being on the road. You'll see there's quite some upside as he's hit this PRA in 9 of the last 10 on the road, as it does say Over the last 5, he's been averaging 44. Let's go to the median. Over the last 5, about 47 PRA per game. Over the last 10, 47.5, and about 42 over the season. We do need 44 today, so it's going to be tight. I think a little bit of it. Oh, sorry, we are at 38.5 today. I don't know why I thought 43.5. That's my fault, guys. So he did clear in 2 of the last 3 games, actually. With that 40 PRA, he did get there. Don't know why I was thinking 43.5 in my head, but so he did clear in the most recent 2 games where he has been. This was about a week ago, and then on the other side of the new year on 12/25. But the first game of the 3 this year, he did not hit, but this was prior to him going on this little bender he's been on lately where he has just been playing out of his mind, especially on the road. So early look and lean to Julius Randle and his PRA to the over 38.5. Second look, we're going to be taking a peek at Brandon Ingram, and we're going to be taking his over PRA. I do like the points here, but it's not offered, so we're going to just look into the PRA as a whole. If we go and check the Vegas line on Ingram today, got no Zion on the court per usual, which does make quite the difference for BI. If we look at his PRA, juiced almost even again. Like I said, I do prefer the points, which have a lot better juice, but we can't get them over here. We could look at points plus rebounds if we wanted to, or points plus assists, as both are heavily juiced, especially the assist at minus 202 to the over, plus 148 to the under. Boards at minus 159 to the over and plus 119 to the over. So even the RA might not be a terrible look depending where it's at, but we're going to be looking again at PRA at 34.5. If we dig into the history for Brandon Ingram versus Cleveland, let's double check this today, make sure. Yep, versus Cleveland. Okay, so BI has put up totals of 27, 28, 29, and 24 points, hitting the points in 3 of the last 4, hooking shy in 1, and then having RA totals of 12, 11, 13, and 7, getting him there in 3 of 3 last games and 3 of 4 hooking short, or basically a bucket short in this game, as well as a hook short on the points. But in the last 3 games, all of which dating back a couple of seasons now, he has cleared this with ease. I think with BI on the court without Zion, there should be some tremendous upside. We dig into Ingram, and we are looking at his games playing from, let's see, if I can somewhere find the matchup to find out if he's on the road or not. Okay, so he's playing from home today. So Brandon Ingram, we're going to be looking at his home stats, and we're going to be looking at the PRA without Zion on the floor. And if we do take a peek at this, over the last 2 since he has been back, absolutely smashed. Last year when he was running good, smashed in all 3 games. The games where they were misses were dating back into November for 3 of them and into January for these last 2 prior to him coming back. So since he's been back, though, if we take a look at the overall game logs, you'll see that the 3 games he's been back, he's been on a tear, putting up 42, 44, and 41. So I don't see any reason why he could not continue the trend he's been on and hit this over on PRA. Again, like I said, PRA is not the first and foremost option, but it is the option we are given over on Thrive, so that is what I would roll with on Thrive today. If you saw yesterday's video, we did sweep over at Thrive. We did go 3 for 4 at Prizepicks, hoping to do similar again. So we are on a 4-0 run here on Thrive over the last 2 days and a 7-1 run on Prizepicks. So with that being said, let's close this out today for the first 2 plays of today over on Thrive as early looks and leans, and let's head to Prizepicks. A couple of these lines that I do like have already been bumped, but what I have submitted so far is the Randle PRA look we have already taken a peek at. Tyrese Halliburton, who was just bumped prior to starting this video up to 13.5 RA. Brandon Ingram over his points, as well as Ja Morant's RA. So let's look into these a little further. And Ja Morant's RA is the first one we're going to be taking a look at. And this is with no Stevens Adams on the court is the big part of this. There was no Adams in this game on 127-23, where he did put up 10 rebounds, 11 assists. There was no Adams in this game here, where he put up 10 rebounds, 8 assists. So you see this trend of no Adams on the court, and Ja's rebound attempts opening up greatly. So if we dig into Morant, who is playing at home tonight, and we will take Steven Adams. Take Steven Adams off the court. And you will see that Ja Morant's PRA is hitting all of these. Ja Morant's RA has hit 3 of the last 4, so maybe the PRA is actually the better look now that I'm seeing this. Let's take a look, though, just at straight points have been right there without Adams. The rebounds have been there without Adams. The assists have been there without Adams in all but one game. Points plus assists have been there in 4 of 4. Points plus rebounds, 4 of 4. Rebounds plus assists, 3 of 4. And PRA, 4 of 4. So maybe we should be looking at Ja's PA, PR, PRA instead of just the RA, even though I am very comfortable with that look without Adams on the floor. Again, this is all first look type information. So let's maybe dig into Morant and see what the PRA total is at 44.5 today. The PA total at 37.5 and the PR at 35.5. If we dig into Ja and what he has done, yeah, he has put up some points against these boys in every one of these games. 27, 24, 28, and 20 over the last 4. Especially these last 3 have been killer. All 3 of these games have been from this season as well. So all 3 of the games this season, what is the point total Morant is at today? 28.5. So he has not gotten there on the points, but he has not failed to hit the PA, PR, or PRA in any of these first 3 games. Actually, I take that back. The game that Adams was on the court, he did miss the PRA as well. So he did miss all 3 in the one game with Adams on the floor. The games without Adams on the floor, he did clear in both of. So I don't mind the look for Morant's PRA, I guess, in this instance, or the PR or the PA. I do think that having both the rebounds and assist is kind of vital with no Adams on the floor. Is this where the upside is derived from? Don't think the scoring upside is generally increased too much without Adams. But I think any of those looks are fine, whichever you would like to go with. Let's see if we look on the books where they have that as a favorite. What is the most favorited area for Ja? So Morant's points are at minus 127 to the over. Ja's PRA minus 122 to the over. The rebounds are juiced heavily to the under at 7.5. Assist juiced to the over at 8.5. So even if he was only to give us 7 rebounds and 8 assists, he would still be clearing this RA line. He would be, assuming the points do hit near the over, would then in turn be clearing the PRA, but I would probably not be looking at the PR just given the plus money on the 7.5. Despite the line being only 35.5, and if you do add these up, you have higher than a 35.5 total. You have actually a 36 total, needing 37 to actually hit your prop then. So that makes a 2-point difference, or 2 PR difference, which is not a lot, but it definitely will leave you hooked short in a lot of instances. So again, first look for Ja Morant, either the RA, the PA, or the PRA looks probably the best today. We've already explored Julius Randle. As far as Brandon Ingram, we did look at his points as well. Like I said, he has hit those points in 3 of the last 4, hooking shy in 1 of those games. I don't see any issues with him going over today. And then we do have Tyrese Halliburton, which I did get at 12.5 RA, now bumped to 13.5 RA. If we look at Tyrese, though, we have no history as of 1, 2, probably 3 seasons back, I believe this is, and you cannot even consider this close to the same, as he was nowhere near the player in 2020 and 2021 that he is today. As you can see, with assist totals of 3, 1, 6, and 5, this is literally what Halliburton does in a quarter now. So we're going to just kind of write off all the history, and that is a little scary, but if we do dig into what Tyrese Halliburton has been doing on the floor as far as RA totals go, and Indy is playing at home today, so let's look at the RA for at home. And you see is hitting 7 of the last 7 games at this 12.5 line. Now with the bump to 13.5, it is a 6 out of 7, still an insane hit rate, and something I would be comfortable taking even with the bump. I don't like it, obviously, quite as much, as it does take away from this 100% hit rate over the last 7 games, but still fairly strong statistics. Over the last 5, averaging 15 RA, over the last 10, 14 RA, and over the season, 14 RA, clearing us in all 3 of those. So that would be my last and final look today for the first looks for Prizepicks. Again, those are going to be 15.5 RA to the over on John Morant, Julius Randle over 38.5 PRA, Brandon Ingram over 24.5 points, and Tyrese Halliburton over 12.5 RA. At 13.5, it is, of course, up to you whether or not you'd still want to take that. You saw the stats. I think the stats look pretty strong, even at 13.5 with this beaten and battered Phoenix Suns team. So with that being said today, guys, if you are tailing, I wish you the best of luck. Let's try to keep this hot streak going. Please do not gamble more than you can afford to lose. And until the next one, peace.